Welcome back to Everyday Kentucky. Housing inventory is on the rise as sales remain slower, but it's important to know what to expect this fall as the market changes.
And it's changing all the time around us. Here to tell us more about the current market and real estate tips is Rusty Underwood. We appreciate you being in here with us this morning.
Good morning. Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, Rusty, what do we need to know about this current market for fall?
Sure. Well, it's been a wild couple of years, as I'm sure you all have been following, and we have started to see some changes. You know, as interest rates have risen, and we're starting to experience more and more inflation. We have seen a little bit of a cooling, but it's still a seller's market. So it's just kind of an interesting time. It's a great time for buyers and sellers to just really work up a formidable game plan as they go into the market with their realtor.
And we talked about in the intro there, talked about how it's slowing just a little bit. What's causing it to slow just a little?
So that's really a little bit of a change in the demand. So since interest rates have risen, conventional 30 years a little above 7% right now, that has decreased some of the buyer pool. So as the buyer pool decreases, we do see inventory start to rise, which we're starting to see now, but we're still only at 2 months of inventory, which is going to be a historical low for us. So it's still very low inventory, still a seller's market. There's just a little more creativity that you can kind of experience on the buyer's side now.
Yeah, when it comes to talking about housing inventory and it being a little low, what do you see in comparison as far as like family buying versus investors? Are investors buying more properties than families? Are you seeing that trend?
Yeah, so there was an article yesterday about that. There has been a slight increase in investor purchases. A lot of the ones in Fayette County were actually local investors, which is really kind of expected with this rapid increase in appreciation over the last couple of years. Of course, people are interested in purchasing real estate. And really what we need to see is an increase in the inventory. So anything that we can do to kind of supplement that demand that still remains strong despite the increases in interest rates is going to help us to create a more balanced market.
And how are things now? I know that not only was there a shortage of homes, but for even new developments that were going out, it was slow to get those processed because of the way everything was strained because of different connections and issues with the supply chain. So where are we now as far as that's concerned?
Sure. Things are creeping up a little bit, but historically speaking, and this is not a Fayette County problem, this is a regional and a national problem. It's really going to take some public and private partnership and creativity to get that inventory back up. We certainly need a greater production in both rental units, housing units, office space, industrial. It's kind of across the board. We've kind of underperformed on our permits pulled and the amount of inventory that we've been creating for several years.
Yeah, and then with the increase, the little bit of an increase in interest rates, do you suggest people start buying homes now, or should they wait a little bit to see if it fluctuates?
It's really just the perfect time to get on the phone and call your realtor. I mean, the earlier the better, because we have a lot of creativity that we can still accomplish. Excuse me, we have interest rate products that are in-house mortgage products that are still down in the 4s and 5s. So there are a lot of creative options out there available to buyers that the realtor can kind of help coach them through that are still going to be very aggressive and historically low. So it's a great time to buy.
And if people are interested in contacting you or anybody around you, how can they do that?
Sure. To find their realtor, they can go to bluegrassrealtor.com or to search for a home.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Rusty. We appreciate you joining us on the show, giving some great real estate tips, because that is one thing that's been up and down the past few years.
It's been wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.